republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. Today is June 15, 2023. This is the Environmental Conservation Board. We have an agenda that we're going to follow. The first item is a submission or an application or letter of permission for Alan Dana Callaway, 14 Ferry Lane.
Good evening. My name is Americo Serino.
Excuse me?
Americo Serino.
How are you?
Fine. Yeah.
So what do you want to do here?
We're taking off the top deck, which is 5 by 6 pressure treated, but it's all painted and it's all splitter and replaced with timber deck.
Okay, you're not touching any of the substructure, right? It's
No,
in
the
kind?
sub is good. The sub-
Okay, because I saw some drawings in here about how the deck was laid out.
Yeah.
That's just an as-built?
No,
What do you mean?
it's exactly the same way as it is.
Right, because I'm looking at the pictures, you have, starting at the right-hand side, your 22'6" U, then you have another one, and then you have another one 14'6"
14
by 24'6".
Yeah.
All right, the 32 foot is too long. The deck can only be 25 feet off the shore,
The dock,
the
Those-
dock.
yeah.
Yeah. Those are existing, and the one on the right side and the one on the left side, it's a solid concrete base.
The solid concrete base.
Yeah. The only one that's,
Those are 2 footings.
the only one that's suspended is you see the narrow one, which is only 4 foot wide?
Yeah?
That's the only one suspended. The other two, they have a solid concrete base.
I don't know how that has a solid concrete base in the,
Going out 20.
going out 32 feet.
Yeah.
Is this on land, or is this extending into
No,
the
it's
water?
in the water.
Like this.
It's in the water.
Okay.
They put the boat here, they want to do this one, this
Ferry
one.
Lane, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Is there any way you can reduce the 32 to 25?
Look at
That's, it's solid concrete underneath, in the water.
What?
The solid concrete, it's 7'6" wide. It's solid concrete.
But I don't understand how it's 7'6" wide, concrete out in the water. I mean, I don't think, was this poured, because I see joists underneath the existing. If you look at this picture, I see a joist. I see a joist right over here. So I don't know how this is on solid concrete. That's a joist.
Yeah, but that's the middle one, that's the only one suspended. The narrow one, the 4 foot one, is the only one.
No, it's not, because if I look at the drawing that you gave me, this is the U where the boat goes, right? Here's the U.
Yeah.
This is the 4 foot one.
Yeah.
Here's the walkway, and it goes around to this side over here, okay? It goes over here. So I don't understand how this is suspended, is solid concrete, if I'm seeing a joist there.
The one up against the wall,
Okay, so it could be a cantilever.
yeah, that one is between, this one here.
Okay, so,
That
all
one
right.
is
Here is your bulkhead, right? Here's your bulkhead.
right.
Here is your thing, right? Here is your
the 4 foot.
this is the 4 foot.
This is suspended all the way from here to the end.
So this is suspended off of here, and there's a pile here and a pile here.
And it's suspended from here to this.
Right, it's off of this wall here.
Right,
Now, what about this?
that's solid concrete all the way to the end.
Again, what's your name again?
American Serino.
Okay, Mr. Serino,
Yeah.
Miracle. I don't understand how this is solid concrete when I see a joist here for, I understand that. I'm talking here. If I look at this picture here, I can see a joist.
But that's on top of the concrete. The bottom is solid.
Which, point to what's solid?
This is solid.
The whole thing.
The whole thing is solid.
All of it goes, and that's concrete.
That's concrete.
And this is over the water, right?
Over the wall.
So what supports it? Is there steel beams?
It's all the way down. Concrete.
It's go right down to the surface, the bottom of the lake.
Yeah, the water's not that deep.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah. So this one here, from here to
Okay.
here, is suspended into this.
I see.
Right, I get that.
And this is suspended. Okay?
And it,
This has two concrete piers underneath.
okay, all right, now I got it.
This is the only
We
part
can
that's
have Rich come
suspended.
out and
This is
verify
solid,
that.
and the other dock is also solid.
And contingent on any, because if this is solid, we're not, and all he's doing is replacing the decking on the, on.
Kind, I don't have a
some-
problem.
Right, but I think that it's worth,
Yeah, I have to send,
Making
I'm gonna need to
contingent.
send the wetland inspector out there to verify the concrete under here.
Okay.
Because if it's not, because the rule is 32 feet.
no,
I mean, 25 feet.
25.
25 feet, you're at 32 feet. So what I would love to do is I'd like you to bring it in 7 feet, 7 feet.
But then we gotta put the concrete.
right,
That's what I'm trying to verify.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is this is what I'm gonna do. If it's okay with, you're just you're not doing any structural work, right? You're replacing just the top.
We put in timber deck.
You're gonna put a turbidity curtain, and you're gonna do this all by hand, correct? Okay.
and you're replacing the decking
This
on
one here,
both,
when I do this one here, I'm gonna put tarps underneath it over the water with the, what do you call those things? The foam,
Floats.
spaghetti foam.
Yeah.
Underneath, put a tarp underneath, so if anything falls in there.
okay, that's
Okay,
great,
so I need a sequence of work,
we got it up there.
is it?
In the notes, remove, use existing pressure, install. You need to add 2 things to that list. You need to, after you install the so you need to install, the very first one on here is install turbidity curtain, that needs to be on here, like on your top of the notes. And after you install that, the wetlands inspector needs to say, you're good, on the curtain is in place well. And at the very end, before you remove the turbidity curtain,
No, I know that.
call him up, he comes out and he says it's good. Okay, so that just needs to go in your notes.
I'll put it in there, okay.
You're not using any concrete
No,
for anything? Now, how long is the pontoon boat? What's the length?
22?
22?
All right, yeah. All right, you're not doing any repair work or anything like that on the bulkhead?
no, everything is fine.
Okay,
All right, so it's just strictly to change the decking, just the decking only.
I looked underneath and one of them's got 2x6 and some of them are 2x8s. And they're supported with a flat piece across the concrete. And that's how they're set up. They're good, they're in good shape.
okay.
Actually, even the 5x6 is in good shape, so it will never change it for a while, so it's so spring. The only thing to do is sand it down and then,
Okay, so this
It's a
one,
mess, and
I'm
it-
going to accept,
Been there a while.
I suggest we're gonna accept the application, right?
For a letter of permission, right? Or does it need to be?
For a letter of maintenance.
Maintenance?
Letter of maintenance, yeah, fine.
With conditions. Have wetland inspector verify.
And sir, if you don't mind, what is your relation to the project? Are you an contractor?
Sorry, yes, she knows more, I don't know anything about that. So I just have 3 little kids that get splinters, so.
Not a problem.
Have wetland inspector verify concrete under deck. And then have wetland inspector, verify turbidity, pre and post. Okay, so I'm going to make a motion to accept the application for a letter of maintenance to Alan and Dana Callow at 14 Ferry Lane with the following conditions. One is have the wetland inspector verify the concrete located under the 32 by 7'6" concrete deck area. Have the wetland inspector verify the turbidity curtain pre-construction and post-construction. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so I'll write Rose an email tomorrow morning. She'll see her on Monday. We're just gonna give you a letter of maintenance. And I just have to, if this dock is not on that solid concrete,
Okay,
You have to come back.
you have to come back,
yeah,
okay? And you're gonna have to reduce it down to 25 feet.
yeah. It's
Okay.
solid concrete.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see. Get your
Okay,
Scooby gear.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Don't what?
Don't tell my boys that.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
They'll jump in.
Thank you. Okay,
night.
next item, Glenn Macklin, 21 Tamarack Road, add one-story addition. Could you please state your name, and who you're
Yeah,
here to
David Graham,
represent?
architect?
What?
David Graham, architect.
How you doing, David?
Good.
You have drawings, or you want us to just look through this? What's your, what are you planning to do here?
We're putting in an 8.5 by 20 addition on the lakeside of the house, which is in the rear of the house. It's one story. They have a little kind of apartment-sized pocket kitchen to the interior, and there's a dining room, a very narrow dining room to the lakeside. So we're looking to grow the building so we could move the kitchen where you can, see what's going on, in the back of the house. So as part of that, we're building the small addition on piers to try to, limit the disturbance. And I have a construction sequence. Well, they have a driveway on the other side of the house, and so the plan is that the vehicles would come in, we'd park there, you'd walk down, we would dig the foundation by hand, put the dirt in wheelbarrows, bring it back up to the driveway, put it in a truck, take it away. So we're not going to be, storing anything, in the sensitive areas. So there is a construction sequence I included in my application. And we are proposing, because it's a two-sided pitch that has 82 square feet on each side, what we are proposing is that each side has a gutter to a leader that would go in a 4-inch PVC pipe, less than 30 feet, to a small rain garden. Each one of them would be 22 square feet and, have the appropriate plant material and the appropriate, detail that we've used in the past on other projects here in town and, and those occasions have been acceptable.
Okay, so right off the bat, you need to show the 100-foot buffer on the drawings.
Okay,
It's
okay,
not on there. I'm assuming the whole house is
yeah,
on
the whole,
buffer.
okay,
Does he have a
But,
scale?
no. So you have to show the 100-foot buffer.
mm-hmm,
Do you show the locations of the rain gardens? A and B, is that?
yeah,
Okay, on
they're identical.
rain garden, you have to show the plantings.
I
and
do
the
that, I
length.
have that. On ST3, I have the planting plan and the planting list.
Oh, this other one.
ST3,
Yeah.
ST1, ST2, survey, topo, G1, G2, A1. Nope. A3. All right, well, you're gonna have to submit that.
Well, I already did. I don't know what, I think I,
Oh, there's a separate sheet.
there you go.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so the calculations, rain garden calcs that need to be approved. And you gave the depth of, so you're doing an 8 by 20, so you're basing these calculations on 100?
Not eight, no, it's gonna be 8 by 5.5, excuse me, 4 by 5.5, rain gardens.
No, you're basing your calculations of the rain garden on 8 by 20, which is the roof.
Yeah, the 150.
Right. Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, the new impervious footprint, which is 172, and then I ran it through the formula.
Okay?
And it resulted in like 141 and change, and I rounded it up to, in the end, excuse me, 40, I think the calcs,
160.
yeah, 42.21, and I rounded up to 44 in, built,
Okay.
because it was a good dimension to divide by 2. Because our rationale is there'd be less disturbance if we go to 2 smaller areas rather than 1 larger one, because we can just come off the roof in the most direct fashion to limit the, disturbance.
Right.
For concrete piers with mixer driveway, walk to install house forms. So it's gonna, all of the concrete is gonna be mixed on the driveway and then walked down, is that
Of course.
correct?
So I put in a wheelbarrow,
Okay,
and because we're doing 3 12-inch diameter piers with, I forget, was 2 by 2 or 3 by 3 by 1 footings, and then we're gonna, have the structure have, beam, it's gonna be a perimeter is gonna be beams.
so if the whole property is indeed in the wetland buffer, we will need a spill kit fueling plant.
For what?
Well,
The machine.
if his machine, if he's got a
He's
concrete.
mixing it with it's got less than a gallon of concrete in the mixer.
What?
In the concrete, he's not having a truck, he's having a concrete hand mix. He's hand mixing this, right?
Glenn, you want us-
Could you please come to the,
Glenn, come on up here. Yeah, go.
please
Well, he said,
identify yourself?
what is rotating?
Yeah, one of the rotating mixers.
Hi, I'm Glenn Macklin.
Hi. So you're gonna use a concrete mixer, right?
We're going to use the kind of truck that has the individual ingredients separate, and then it's mixed
Oh, a
right.
Zim mixer.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, Zim mixer.
And, yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen
so they
those
mix
used in
it
the
on-
past.
Oh,
Fancy.
It is fancy. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you'd have it, mix it on site, and then you just horse it in the back, and then whatever you don't use. But that's gonna be out on the street, outside the 100-foot buffer.
No, they said it was gonna be on the asphalt driveway and if the whole property's in the 100-foot buffer, then that will be,
So you're gonna have it in this,
Technically in it.
in this asphalt driveway?
That's where the truck will park.
yeah.
So that's why I need to see where the 100-foot buffer is. So from here, 100 feet is,
I'm trying to
whatever
find
the
any
scale is, there's no scale. Well, this is 131 from here to here.
You got that?
We do have a full-size survey, and it's at 15 scale.
Yeah, I don't have
That's
the,
131.
I gave that, to you.
I
Oh,
take
actually,
that.
wait.
Yeah, your driveway's in the buffer.
It is, okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not a
So
big
just have a
deal.
spill kit.
Right.
yeah.
Have a spill kit while you pour.
Yeah, here's the larger
fueling.
scale. Yeah, well, so here's 95, so let's call that, so this will be, well, actually, there is a section, this area here in the driveway is, if this is 95, I spread out a little bit, that's 100. There is this area here.
It's not a- If they're bringing in this fancy truck, the truck probably has a spill kit on it anyways, but we should just put it in there.
Let's put it.
Right,
Okay, so we'll make it a condition.
Just,
yeah.
Yeah.
So the three things that we typically ask for if there is gonna be any heavy machinery within a 100-foot buffer, in this case, a truck like this would qualify, is that on your plans, just for note,
Yep,
it needs to have a spill kit. Usually large trucks like that have one. Many times they do already. No fueling and buffer as a note. So in other words, if that truck needs to be fueled up, bring it somewhere else. And then any overnight parking, so should it stay overnight, it needs to be parked on plastic sheeting, like a 6 mil poly. You can get them at Home Depot. Some truck companies have them themselves. Or not in the buffer. If it's not in the buffer, you can park wherever you want.
Small area, I think it's irrelevant because we're not planning on having any overnight guests.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
It
So,
should be one
so
day.
we'll
If
put it
you're
on
not,
plastic or
okay.
put it in that air,
Find
that,
a new contract.
If
That-
you're, since you have to, you'll be having to add like a couple of notes in here regardless. If you wouldn't mind adding those onto here, just
Okay.
so it's in the record, that would be appreciated.
okay,
So the three things I mentioned were spill kit, you need to have a spill kit on site when there's
Yep.
heavy machinery, no fueling in the buffer, and any overnight parking needs to be on 6 mil poly.
And then I need the rain guard to be verified by the calculations. All right, so what I'm gonna do is this.
I
I'm
got
gonna
it.
take a motion to accept the application for 21 Tamarack Road for the addition of an 8x20 room to the house with the following conditions. Show the 100-foot buffer on the drawings. The rain garden calculations need to be verified and approved by the town engineer based on the 172 square feet. Spill kit on site while pouring or having any machinery within the buffer has to have a spill kit on site. No fueling in buffer, and any overnight parking would require the truck to be, the vehicle to be parked on 6 mil poly, okay? The only suggestion I have, the only thing I ask is that these items be submitted Monday morning. The revised drawings be submitted Monday morning, and then we can advertise. So do I have a motion?
One additional thing,
What do you have?
Monday or before or on Monday?
Monday.
Monday.
pre and post wetland inspection.
Oh, yeah, and then you have to have a pre and post wetland inspection. Very good.
So after you install erosion control measures, before you start work, give the town engineer a call, he's our wetlands inspector. He'll come and verify that you've installed the wetland erosion control measures properly, give you the go-ahead. At the end of your construction, before you remove the silt
Silt
fence
fence.
and any erosion control measures, you give him a call again, he surveys the site, makes sure erosion has not happened and that the erosion control measures were adequate, and then he gives you the go-ahead to pull out the stakes.
Okay, so then I'm gonna do it one more time. You ready?
Well, so he comes before the erosion control is
No,
taken?
you put the erosion control in. You
He
then call the
inspects
wetland inspector.
He
inspects
blesses it?
He blesses it, then you can start work, finish your work, and then before you take it down, you call him up to make sure he's happy with everything the way
Okay.
it is.
And
then
the only thing that has to happen is they have to disappear, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so, do I have a motion to accept the application for 21 Tamarack Road with the following conditions? Show the 100-foot buffer on the drawings, the rain garden calcs need to be verified by the town engineer, spill kit on site while any heavy equipment is on site, no fueling and buffer at all, overnight parking must be stored on 6 mil poly, and you must do a pre and post wetland inspection of the silt fence. Do I have a motion to accept the application with the following conditions, provided they get the documents into us by Monday?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right? So Monday, get these into Rose, and then she'll, and submit the wetland calculations, the rain garden calculations to Rich Franzetti, and then
Okay.
if everything's in,
So I had that information, and if I got it right, combined with the
right,
proving.
she'll,
yeah.
the best thing is to scan it to her, because then she sends it to me.
Okay, great.
Or then the
If you get
board.
that in, we'll get that advertised, and then you'll get the actual sorry, not the application, the actual
Approval.
approval at the, in 2 meetings.
Okay.
Yeah, Well, for some people, not,
Right. Not for the town.
I don't know.
Is anybody gonna be here?
Yeah, I don't believe
maybe by Tuesday, so you can have until Tuesday.
Well, Monday or the first
Monday
day
or the
that's
next
not a holiday.
business,
Okay.
Monday or the next business day.
Okay, thanks.
I'm not sure. Thanks.
Company waffles. I was off and now I'm not.
I'm off.
Good for you.
Okay, next item is Steven Spielman, 96 Westlake Boulevard.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello,
Evening.
Willie.
How are you doing today? Willie Basharat representing Spielman. This project was approved about a year and a half ago under Frank Rawa, the owner of the property, when it was in contract. And all we doing, we just changing the name and asking for renewal because the approval has expired. There's zero changes to the proposed work, and zero changes has taken place on the property itself, so the conditions of the property remain the same.
This is 2 years old.
22,
21?
21, oh, yeah, okay. 2 years old, sorry, not a year and a half.
Minus 1 is 2.
When were they before?
21. September
Yeah, it was
21.
it's September 2021, we are in June, so a year and 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, who's counting? It's expired regardless whether it's, the approval expired. They went to get a building permit, they were under the impression that they have the wetland permit, and they were informed that the wetland permit expired. And, we referred to come back to the board to renew the approval. Like I said, the conditions on the site, nothing changed, exactly identical to what was at the time of the approval.
Alright, so,
And the proposal for the work to be done will remain identical with all the conditions that the board had requested, and they were indicated on the plans and met by, approved by the town engineer and this board.
Execution folks, right? Yeah. Pipes are electrical. Wetland inspector. A lot of things on this one.
see, this one is the, I see what he did. He changed, see, I hate when they do this. So he changed the title block to Frank
From
From
Frank Roa,
Rowa to Steven Spielman, but he didn't change the date of the revisions.
no,
6/6/23 name change, that's all he did.
because we don't want to change the date of the map because it was not a new map, it's the same old map that you guys approved. And we put a revision date on it.
And what are we doing here again, just building a pool?
We built a swimming pool in the backyard.
Above
correct.
ground or below ground?
In ground. It's a fiberglass pool, one piece.
I remember, yeah.
Of course, the young remember, the old doesn't.
I mean, I also got all the notes in here and everything, that's fine. Has anything actually been done on this, on the property?
In regard to this aspect of the project, no.
Got it.
Just change the name.
No changes
Has
to
there
the
any-
site.
Has there been any changes to the site at all since?
No,
this?
no
Okay.
change to the site and no change to the proposal, to the proposed work. They're gonna remain identical. And the site, there's zero changes to the site since we were here. Maybe
Except
the
that
grass,
you're new and improved.
maybe the grass grew a little bit taller, but that's about it.
But you're new and improved.
We asked for,
I don't know if you're familiar with the property, if any of you went over there. This property is immaculately landscaped. And the work, when it takes place, is gonna be, I mean, very, very, very careful. They're gonna boom the swimming pool above the house and
Over the
bring it
house.
in, over the house, to bring it in.
yeah,
It's
I
every
remember that.
precautionary measure. They don't wanna touch anything. The landscaping is immaculate, everything. They don't wanna, they wanna do the minimum amount of work and disturbance to maintain the quality of the landscape that they have.
Is that the house with the trimmed bushes?
With the what?
On the lakeside, the sculpted
No,
bushes?
no, on the front side, there are no bushes
No,
or
no, I'm
trees
talking
on the
back.
lakeside.
I'm talking the lakeside.
On the lakeside, there's not, no, none.
Okay.
The sculpture pushed are like 3 or 4 houses away. I know the house you're talking about.
Yeah.
How are you, I don't see it on the map, on the list here, and I do have notes from 2 years ago when we had
Okay.
this. How are you getting the water from the leaders to the 2 rain gardens there? Are there, I assume some sort of piping.
We
but-
showed, pipes connected to it from the gutters and leaders. If you notice down here, there's one line here and
Yeah.
one line here.
Okay. Are those what, 2 4-inch?
4-inch, it's gonna be 4-inch PVC pipes.
Put that on the drawing.
I can add it to the
Yeah,
drawing.
add it to the drawing.
Or at least a note, yeah, you don't have to add on there, you can add some note. sort of redo it.
Or just send a letter over.
Yeah, you don't have to add it.
Think
You can-
about it, you don't need to take a note, memory is not the best thing these days.
Yeah, you can-
When you become officially a senior citizen, you have license to forget. Just remember that.
And what age is that?
I don't know, 66 it started with me, so.
I have to pick up my license so I can get
Did
you forget it? You might have forgot.
Oh my God, I forgot the license.
Yeah, I don't have any other
Okay.
questions, I think it's fine.
All
I
right,
can
just
take
put
care of
a
that
note.
with a letter.
Yeah, just saying that that you're putting that's
Yeah.
how you're gonna be attaching
4
it.
inch.
Okay.
All right.
I
So
think
do
I
I
would-
have a motion to, I guess, amend permit number 971? I have to talk to Rose on this one. I don't know what to do here.
I mean, we talked to Rose about it, he said it's up to you. It is basically a renewal. The only difference,
It's a renewal, it is an
with a
expired
different name,
renewal.
exactly, expired renewal, and a change of name. I think an amendment to the building permit application would be the most appropriate action to take, considering there is no changes to the site and no changes to the proposed work at all.
How about equipment access? How is that?
We have that, I think, indicated, which was discussed the last time.
Yeah, we have the whole thing.
And we showed the equipment access, I think, machine travel path right here. We indicated on the plan, we show where we're parking the machine, everything in that was indicated that the parking with the machine on the driveway, outside the wetland buffer, et cetera.
All right, I'm gonna write Rose an email. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this up for a vote as permit 971 extension with the following changes. Okay, and then have Rose issue a new permit, because this is even though it's a renewal, it's a different person.
Right.
Correct. We did pay a full fee, by the way, for that.
You did not pay a full fee.
$225 or something like that, yeah.
I thought that was
Originally,
originally.
Yeah.
All right, so do I have a motion to extend permit number 971? No, actually, let me rephrase that.
Extend
Do I
it.
have a motion to grant a new permit in conjunction with permit 971, changing the name of the owner with all the conditions as set forth in the previous permit, number 971, issue it to Mr. Steven Spielman at 96 Westlake Boulevard, provide a note that he's gonna put 4-inch pipes from the gutters to the rain guard. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, you have 1 year on it.
Thank you. You guys have a great weekend. Hopefully you got an extended weekend.
See,
Do you?
I know.
Yeah.
Good.
Not me.
Not me, I don't have one,
You
Yeah,
had
but
to-
you're retired.
There you go.
Every day's a
I said
vacation.
senior citizen, I didn't say retirement, but I'm actually working towards semi-retirement.
Sim,
My wife is pushing me for it. I said to her, when you retire, I'll retire. She said she's doing it next May.
You're not
next
gonna
May.
believe this, I'm working towards retirement too. It's gonna be a while.
I'm counting, I can count on 2 feet now.
And 2 feet.
2 feet.
Good night, guys.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Okay, so meeting minutes, April 20th, 2023, the only one that was absent was Nicole. Do I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes for April 20th, 2023?
So moved.
Do I have a
Second.
second? All in favor?
Aye.
May 4th, 2023, all were present. There's only 3 of us now. Do I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes for April 4th, 2023?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes for May 18th, 2023? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. That worked out really well.
That certainly did.
Okay. And with that, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. The meeting's adjourned. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy the beautiful weather while we can. Bye.